Recording because
Yeah.
today, okay, now I've got the notice also. So today I won't be able to stay very long because I have some
No
stuff
problem.
to do for
Absolutely.
the party for my baby child. How was your week, Sam?
Week, actually speaking, the three tasks that I listed, I was not able to complete because one task I had enough time for submission. I still have another week. So that's the reason I couldn't divert much time to that.
Mhm.
I mean, again, it's all a mindset. I actually wanted to finish that earlier, but somehow something came up in terms of recruitment, and that was a new requirement. So I had to divert all my resources there. But uh, I just planned three things today. I mean, these three things is something which has been running in my mind since the time we discussed about it. We should not put too much on our plate. We should just put three and focus on finishing. So I just put three tasks for today. One is my weekly plan. The second was the video which I was supposed to upload, and the third was my discussion with my brother. And fortunately, I was able to do all the three.
Awesome.
And only the weekly plan a little bit is remaining, but apart from that, to a major extent the planning is done. So I was thinking that this three tasks a day, a week, or whatever for a month should be the primary target.
Mhm.
So
To
then what
limit
happens, our
ourselves to
focus,
to only have three things on our
yeah,
plate.
three main things,
Mhm.
and ensure that those three things are completed no matter what, in spite of whatever might come up. We should focus on those three things. So that's something which I'm trying to work on, and seems to be a pretty logical thing to do,
Yeah.
because it's calm and it's comfortable.
Yeah, I think that's because one, if it should be only one, like one main goal for a day, that 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 doesn't seem like some planning went, some effort went into it. Like it's easy to pick just one thing and to focus only on that thing today to in that day to get accomplished. One second. Sorry. Uh, and there's the magical number three or seven, like I don't know which one of them it really is, but to start small, it shouldn't be like one because it's undervalued. Like one thing, it's easy, but to pick three seems like it's easy. It's a easy job also, but it's not really true because you're really trying to pick the most three important things, the most three areas of your life that you need want to advance. If it's seven, then I think it's too much. It's those are not really like to be viewed as goals, more like tasks, routine tasks that you really have to accomplish in your work or in your day, like picking up groceries or stuff like that. I mean, that can be on your to-do list, but not like your focus for that day. So I think this three for the day, for the week, for the month, for the quarter, for the I don't know, so on. Should be a start, and I agree with you on this, and I will try it also because usually I was planning like I didn't have a number in my head when I'm planning my day, uh, and I usually go around five or six things on my day, but some days I'm postponing them or life comes in and it's hard to keep them on track. So I move them to the next day, and the next day gets more crowded. Right, I get more tasks, more to dos, more activities, and it get really crowded. But having only three, it's easy because after we finish those three, if we finish those three in a day, we can easily pick something else to focus on, right? To achieve. We can look at our quarterly goals. We can look at if we really have a pleasant day with no urgencies, no stuff around. And if we don't do any of those three, like it happened for me last week, right? It's a small enough number that it's still manageable in the next day, just not to get overcrowded with everything. So I'll test this out. I don't know if 1 week is enough, but I will test it. I'll test this out on my next month. Only focus on three things each day,
a day.
and everything else can get I don't know, around that.
And probably what I was thinking is, when I was planning, I selected these three tasks and the duration in such a way that it should not take more than half a day for me.
Mhm.
So what happens, even if something new comes up, something is emergency, I still have half a day remaining for me to take them up.
To
And
create
this,
space for
yeah,
emergencies, for new things that are
yeah.
unplanned stuff.
So we should, I mean, I was thinking of not planning the entire day for three tasks. So
Mhm.
that is when new things will not have space to accommodate. But if we have three tasks, and probably we can also fix, I mean, I wouldn't, again, you're against the duration thing, but I would say we should not fix 1 hour for the task. We should say, I will do this task for 1 hour. So that task may be actually 6 hours. But for today, I will allocate only 1 hour, and the deadline is 1 week. Since it's important for me, I will finish little every day for a week than trying to finish on the last day for 6 hours. I don't know. This is something which I feel we should develop as a habit of trying to break things in chunks, trying to finish well in advance. So it's a journey, I feel. So what happened? The three tasks which I have chosen for this week, one is my attendance, one is my recruitment, and one is my visa work. I have tried to distribute that for the week. So tomorrow I'll spend only 2 hours of attendance. But if I take attendance, it might take 8 hours for me. But I just finished 2 hours of it tomorrow. So that was what I did for my planning. I don't know how it's gonna work. Only this week will let me know.
Yeah, I don't believe in this allocated time for each task, because I'm counting my working hours, right? I have toggle app that I get the same result, only not. But I understood what you said, like do this for this amount of time, and I find this useful and interesting. But I would mix it up with Pomodoro technique, right? Right, to do it in three Pomodoros. Like one Pomodoro should be 20 minutes or 25 minutes, right? And I would put it like this. I mean, not 2 hours. I don't like the hourly thing, because I get that in my reports. But do it as in focus sessions. Like a Pomodoro is a focus session when where you are focusing on one task and you don't want to get distracted. Even if it's something urgent, and that's not, you are finishing what you started, and after that you're taking care of other stuff. So I'm thinking of trying this also, but with Pomodoros, right? To count, like if it's 2 hours, 4 Pomodoros or something like that. And also to between those the Pomodoros, maybe short breaks, but not focusing on another task. Like if I want to do this, I want to do it in a way that if I have 2 hours only for one task, I don't want to get distracted by anything. So it's almost impossible for me to find, with the baby working from home, with all the emergencies, all the stuff. It's very hard for me to find 2 hours like from one run. So what
Okay.
I can do to split those in two different tasks, and this is more manageable, because usually I don't do that. It's one thing that I have to get done, that's one task. But if I do it like this, do this for two Pomodoros, I mean 1 hour is like maximum I can afford to be really focused on, and not get distracted, and continue doing this for another two Pomodoros. that could work for me, and I could test this also. Yeah, great ideas, and
And
let's
and
let's
another thing,
let's
probably
keep
what
in
you're,
touch on WhatsApp of
yeah,
on accountability on trying this out the next couple of
yeah,
weeks.
we will try. I just wanted to add one more thing. You were telling me that instead of having 7 tasks and finishing only 2 or 3 and then carrying the remaining for the next day, I think we should consciously try to keep only 3, because it's also about mindset. It's like, I just have 3, let me finish 3. And that gives us a boost. So it's like under promise, over delivery. So when I think of finishing only 3 and I deliver more, it adds to my boost. Instead of saying, okay, I'll plan 10, but I'll finish 4. It's like, it's still a 40% hit rate. But instead, if we say plan 3 and execute 3, it's a 100% hit rate. So I don't know how it's gonna help the mindset, but to establish this mindset, I think consciously for some time, trying this might help.
We could also spice it up, like I was telling you about putting money on the task, right?
Mhm.
This is a $10,000 a task, or those three objectives or tasks should really be high value. I mean,
Mhm.
that's how we pick them, right? So maybe one is a little bit smaller, but it's really important to get everything in order. But I think that's how we should pick those three. And I also would like to focus on those three, maybe not. Um, I mean, we have personal life, the personal development, working stuff, and family and health and everything. I think at least one of them daily should be on the personal health side and not to work. Even though it's really a week or a day that's really focused on work. Like I have something really important on my work today. My main priority will be my business and not my personal side in that day. But even that, if that happens, I think at least one should be on our personal side, even though it's smaller or something that
No,
I
it
don't know.
makes sense because we generally neglect our personal side. So I think in our planning only, if we include personal, at least there is some progress and some focus on
Mhm.
personal. Otherwise, I
So
think we might never do it.
yeah, what we're trying to achieve is to find a common, I don't know,
Ground,
system,
common system.
the system that works for me, works for you, for Hiran also. That's simple, and that we try to, I don't know, use the GTD system and everything we are talking about in our sessions, and try to figure out our own system that's really simple to understand and implement, or to complement the GTD system with something that we add as a personal touch. Uh, as I told you, I didn't really focus on the number, but as you said, this is more simple to understand it, and could give us clarity. It's a small number. The number three is a
Mhm.
small number, and I don't think this your idea came from the three weekly objectives. I think it's from another source, like from having a lot on our plate, uh,
Mhm.
and our conclusion on our weekly objectives that we usually don't really get them achieved. But I don't think that this is the reason that we are putting a lot on our plate. I think more it's the lack of clarity on our objectives. Maybe we they are too big, and we should split them. And if they would have been better defined, like you said, do this for 2 hours. And this is a pretty simple example. If we, for all of our objectives on our weekly objectives, if we would have put do this for 1 hour, do this for 1 hour, those three objectives should be really small. And I don't think we would have had so much problems achieving them, right? Like here I had apply for 3 jobs in 1 hour. if that would have been the task for her, I don't think that should be a problem for any one of us.
True. I think, yeah, this is a very interesting point because we need to put clarity for the task and what is it that we want to achieve and things like that when we are fixing something as a task.
But this kind of timing, I mean, I'm taking all your informations and I'm trying to not to improve. I don't know how to adapt them in a way that fixes our past problems, or maybe find some solution for our future selves or problems. And even though I didn't use timing, I'm talking with you, I'm trying to find the pros and not the cons of putting time on our tasks. And I think that this, if we would have put a timing on our objectives, weekly objectives, we wouldn't be in a place that we are feeling discouraged and not productive and everything else.
True. I think it's also about the sense of urgency when we put time. So when we put time, it's not just about I need to finish within that time. No, but it's also trying to focus and see that I am not spending unnecessary time. Because not all tasks are creative. There are some tasks which are what you say administrative or documentation, which should not take more time. It should be like I dedicate 1 hour and I spend only 1 hour. Why should I extend it? Maybe it doesn't require that perfection.
Yeah,
I don't
think the
know.
answer,
That's also
yeah, I think the answer, Sam, is what time management is something that's real and it's not real, because you can't really manage time. I have 24 hours, you have you we talked about this. But defining a task, even though, or an objective, even though it's not clear, like it happened to us on our weekly objectives, but putting a time around it, do this for this amount of time, is just giving us focus and clarity for how we are spending our time. Maybe it's not so clear when you are really doing it or what to do about it, but it's putting intention,
responsibility. Okay.
responsibility about how we are using on our time. And this is the key to time management, to how to use best, how to find the best solutions on how to use our time, so that we are feeling accomplished, feeling successful, feeling like we are I don't know, top performers, and we are getting things done. So I think this trick about putting time on our task, on our goals, is just putting some kind of clarity about spending our time. And it's easy enough that we don't just postpone that objective or task, because it's small enough. It's like the number 3 is small. Just put an hour over there, or 2 hours over there. That's also small. So by this, maybe our weekly objectives could be also split. I mean, um, in higher numbers than 1 hour, but it should be also I don't know, managed by a lot, putting some time over there, because
I
the
think
discussion would be also easier. Like you said to me last time, I did. It's on attendance of May 2021. It's on 80%. If we'd have, like, I don't know, 6 hours, we'd say, okay, this is almost done. But from those 6 hours, I've allotted like 4 or 5. I have only 1 hour if I'm gonna do it next week and everything is done. We could try it. Yeah. Hmm.
true.
Yeah.
No, actually, the week which I have planned, the next week, is something similar. I've taken the 3 important tasks. At the same time, I've tried to distribute those 3 tasks over the week.
Hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I remembered what I wanted to say. If we get a project, like for example, your biblio,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
project
Yeah.
that you are working on, you have a time set there. you have allocated so many number of hours which you will distribute over a period of time. So I think even for our task, if we start managing the big ones as projects and the small ones as individual tasks and allocating time, I mean, excluding the ones which require creativity and we don't know how much time we take, I think it gives us a better clarity and understanding and approach.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on
Yeah. I th- yeah. On creativity, yeah, it's hard to set the right time, but also forcing ourselves to do it in a number of hours. It's also helpful because usually if we don't put a constraint like on time, we one I don't know, writing an email, right? An email that I'm using in my course, like a marketing email, something that I'm using as in my course, like I'm delivering my course through email, right? So I could do that in 1 week, I could do that in 1 day, but I could put it like a time limit, do this in 2 hours. And of course it wouldn't be perfect, it wouldn't be final, it should be revised, but do this in these 2 hours. I'm moving my attention, I'm giving meaning to my time, and my main focus will be this. And I think this is the balance between time management and productivity. Like we could get value at the end of the day, even though it was a harsh day, we didn't achieve much, but only achieving those three focus areas, like for three I don't know, 2 hours, I 1 hour I focused on this, for 1 hour on this, for 1 hour on this. And like you said, it's maximum half of the day should be allocated to leave room for everything else. I think at the end of the day we should feel accomplished, or we shouldn't let us ourselves so down if we didn't do all of them or something like that, and find the balance for ourselves. Maybe three tasks work for you, but maybe I can do 4 or 5 because I don't have so many emergency. But maybe Hiran has a lot of emergencies, and she only can focus on 2 each day because everything is work related, and she can't really do well on that part. But like I said, 3 or 4, that's a small variation. So I think this number 3, it's like the 2 minutes rule in GTD. Okay, it's generically 2 minutes, but it could also be 3 or 5. It's not
but
really like,
it's still a small task. To
yeah,
denote it's a small task, we
yeah,
say 2 minutes.
yeah, exactly. So this, like the number 3, should also be viewed like this. And if it's 2, there's no problem, it's enough. Yeah, if there are 4 or 5, it's also nice, but don't go above that, right? Yeah, let's test this out, and let's keep in touch on WhatsApp. I think this helps, like you guys said last week, on this kind of reminder on trying this out. Maybe you have time to ask Hiran to try this out also. And let's meet the next week and talk about the value we get from this, and maybe some tweaks that we can achieve. I really try this out because I kind of need it also after this kind of period when I had to prepare this party and the course and everything else falling apart, like the videos and everything that happened next week. So this will help me as an experiment, right? Uh, nice. Anything else you want to add today?
I think one point which just came to my mind is I think when we want to do something, even if we plan and if we are not able to do, just having a reminder in the mind regularly, having a look at it, will actually, in some way, in the future, drive us towards achieving. Like, for example, I was telling you about I and my brother, we need to generate some reports and understand and analyze. I think it's been around 2 months since I told you, 2 months, at least 1 month since I told you. But somehow it was just running in my mind, not executed. But last week, when I discussed, I put it on my list, and today I was able to actually do it. And when I discussed with my brother, I told, see, we have so many ideas. We want this kind of report, we want that kind of report, we want so many things, but we have not given clarity to what we want to achieve. So I told him, let us list 2 things that we want to do next week. Just 2 things. We are not going to do anything else apart from this. And then when we were analyzing, we realized that just 2 things might not help. We might have to add 2 more things, but at least the plan is set. There is clarity what we want to discuss and how we want to proceed, than just saying how we need to do this, that, and it's like a big vision, but no execution. So we were discussing about clarity even today. I think we need to get clarity on the tasks when we want to finalize and say this is what I want to accomplish.
Yeah, that's so true. My phone started talking. I don't know how this happened. Sorry. That's so strange. So my phone started. Okay, I managed.
Phone is possessed.
Yeah. Okay, Sam. Sorry for being short today.
No problem. When is your son's ceremony?
Tomorrow.
Wow. All the best.
Thank you.
Share some pictures if possible.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thanks,
really, thank
really, I know, good talk, and also we were both really relaxed today and had a positive mood, and it was really.
What I felt is we didn't break our number of sessions. We still are continuing.
Yeah.
So we didn't give a break.
Yeah, it's a habit.
That's nice.
Yeah. Awesome, Sam. Awesome.
Thanks, Ionut.
Have a great day. Have a great week ahead.
Bye.